it is insane, and it starts with number 15 Florida, defending national champs, inside Cameron Indoor to take on number 4 Duke. A matchup, by the way, that a lot of Duke fans hoped would be last year's national championship game. 7:30 Eastern time on ESPN. The line over at BetMGM is, I think, 8.5. Duke, the favorites in this one. Rob, I'll let you kick it off. Your thoughts on this heavyweight battle inside Cameron Indoor?
You made friends with all the Duke fans, reminding them about the way the last season ended and saying that you should have been playing them in the national championship game. Henson, by the way, one of my favorite moments on the field of 68 was when Duke blew that lead. Henson just sitting there in the crowd in front of the Duke fans, taking selfies with them in the background, being like, "Woo!"
Listen. There was a couple of fans behind us. I mean, they were in shambles. And I just, the Duke wasn't ready for the moment, unfortunately.
You had to let them know. Listen, I do think that the one thing that Duke has going for it more than anything else is the size across their perimeter. And I understand how big their front court is. I understand how many bodies they have to be able to throw at Cam Boozer. I think that you have to double Cam Boozer, or you're going to be in a lot of trouble dealing with Cam Boozer. And I don't know how, with the size that the Blue Devils guards have, how they're going to be able to – Florida's going to be able to score against them. I think that Duke covers here. I also tend to lean towards the under. I think that Duke's defense is going to find a way to be able to win out. I don't know what Florida's going to do to try to slow down Cam Boozer, but I think that Duke finds a way to be able to cover here. I think that this is a very big ask when you have a couple of backcourt players that have been struggling a little bit to go into Cameron Indoor Stadium and find a way to be able to beat this Duke team as good as they've been.
I am actually going to fade the Blue Devils. There's a lot of points. That's a lot of points for a team that has 3 bigs. So you're only getting one shot, right? I love the under call by you, but you're only getting one shot. You're getting one possession. And I think from a value perspective, Florida is probably low and Duke is probably at their peak. So I would actually take the 8.5 with Florida in Cameron Indoor. Just off the strength, I think Florida has a size, the experience. Yes, the guard play, the perimeter is going to be somewhat scary if I'm on the other side, but they only got 3 guys averaging double figures: Evans, Big Fella, and Boozer. So I'm not too worried about the perimeter firepower, and I think the bigs are going to be able to hold their own.
I love how you said Evans, Big Fella, and Boozer.
I can't say his name.
Over the fact that you can't say his name.
How you say it?
Ngangba.
And got Pat. I'm calling Big Pat.
Big Pat. There you go, Big Pat. Here's my concern. And I like the under more than I like Duke covering. A big spread when you like the under is a little bit risky to me. So I like the
points.
under.
Come on, Rob. 10 points? Come on, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. Here's the thing that concerns me. Duke is the number 1 defensive field goal percentage defense in America, and they are top 70 in turnover rate. They force turnovers on 20% of their possessions. And Florida turns the ball over on more than 19% of their possessions and has not been able to make shots this season. I think this is a really tough spot for Florida and what they do offensively.
Give me Cheney Lou and 5 fouls every day of the week.
Fair enough.
I have Boozer going. Listen, man. Listen, Cheney Lou's a guy. Big Boozer's going, bully ball, but give me Cheney Lou with 5 fouls. I think it's going to be a tougher night than most people think.
I'll take Duke to cover. So I think they're going to have a good game. By the way, do we know if Condon is available in this game? I know he was out with the face deal. I assume he's going to be playing. I think it was just precautionary last time I checked.
I believe he will.
If Condon isn't playing, call me back. Let's have another discussion. But right now, I'll take the points.
Yeah, this is going to be a different matchup. All due respect to Arkansas's front court, this is a different matchup for Boozer, like you guys have mentioned. So if there's anywhere Florida can neutralize an opponent, that it would be there. Real quick on this before we move on to UConn, Kansas. Duke was one of the 2 ACC teams that won a game in the ACC SEC Challenge last year. Henson, do we think that that'll turn around this year? It was 14-2 last year.
Oh, it'll be much better this year.
Yeah, it'll be much better this year. Can't go anywhere with up.